Hey guys, this is episode 141. I shared this with you a couple of times, my Semiotics project. If you haven't looked at it, basically I have to deconstruct a character's face, and basically it has to be a cartoon character, but it has to deal with, you have to talk about pop culture in the artist statement. But anyways, so I sort of have like an explanation for why I'm doing an anime character, because even though I live in North America, which is Canada, I thought it was okay to do Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, because I feel as if a lot of the characters they're bringing in the anime weren't really like Japanese, like just Japanese in general. I feel like a lot of like the military and everything that they're like implementing in the story dealt with like more Americanized things. So I'm gonna show you like what I have so far. So excuse that part of the room right now. I did clean up my room like once. I think I mentioned this in a couple of videos ago, but yeah. So I still have like, because I have so much stuffed animals, I had to put them somewhere. So there's like some over there, some on my bed, like another, like there's a hallway there, and there's like, it's like a hall, but it's like a little walk through path around my bed, because my bed's like in the middle of my room. So what happens is I have that, and then I have a line of baskets with stuffed animals, like those red baskets, and also a chair with a bunch of Tsum Tsums. I put all my Marvel ones there just so that way it was a bit more organized, and I didn't have like every Tsum Tsum beside my bed, because I have this table beside my bed that has Tsum Tsums on it, and then I have like so much to the point where I don't want to like see. Star Wars has a lot, and Marvel does too, like peeking through you can see. But yeah, anyways, that's basically a lot of Tsum Tsum. So I can't keep them all beside my bed because it's kind of out of control. Hopefully I don't collect so much to the point where there's no room to keep. But in the future, there will probably, like, if I move, there will probably be more room. If I move out, like, after college or something, I'll probably have more space for my own stuff. So yeah, this is just one room of the house. So I'm thinking if I clean up some of the places with couches, I can like lay some of my stuffed animals all around. So that way it's not just like all bundled in this one room and stuck there. So anyways, that's like my explanation of why there's so many things everywhere. So what I already told you guys in another video, if you didn't watch, so I was going to make like this paper base. It's not a paper, it's a styrofoam plate, and it's a styrofoam plate base, and this one has an alchemy circle, like a transmutation circle on it, and this is the alchemy symbol, also known as Hermes' staff in Greek mythology, I believe. And I think I said some of this information in my previous video, but if I didn't, I'm just repeating myself anyways, and some people who haven't watched that probably might watch this, so I will just say it anyways. So basically, I think Hermes is the god of alchemy or something, but the original concept is that this is a pole-like thing, which is a staff, and then there's a serpent that wraps around it. Now that's his staff originally in Greek mythology. And what it came to be is that sometimes for medical uses, doctors might change it into ribbon. I don't know where they got that from. They sort of just decided to change it. Like, I'm not sure why you would use an alchemy symbol and relate it to medicine, but it's just something that happened in the past. So yeah, sometimes if you guys see like a staff with ribbon around it or something, that's still Hermes' staff, but it's a sign for alchemy, but it's also a sign for medicine. So most likely in real world, like if you go and like to a medicine place or something and you see that, that probably is the symbol for medicine. Like, don't start thinking alchemy. Like, I don't think anyone would do that, but sometimes people might, because people used to believe in alchemy, but it's not a real thing. So yeah. So Edward Elric has this symbol on the back of his coat, and it's actually like, it looks like a cross, but it isn't. So it kind of looks religious, but it doesn't. It's not religious at all. I feel that it's sort of that representing his life. Like, this is the take on what I'm using for my art piece, is basically that, because religion is like something people often make it like, we also talked about this in church. So in religion, it's kind of something you often do. My church kind of tries to tell me to stay away from calling calling Christianity religion, because if I do that, then I won't think of it as part of my life. I'll just think of it as like this thing that I do over and over again. And religion is more like a routine, but a lot of people make like Christianity a routine, which kind of isn't good from what I've learned. But everyone has their own different way of worshiping God and stuff. So basically, it's just like, in technical terms, if you were a religious person, that would be basically your life, to like worship God and do like some, I'm sure other religions do different like routines, like monthly routines or seasonal routines, like fasting and stuff. So I just thought that because it's a cross, I can make it that his life is about alchemy. So that's why it's in a cross shape. And then this is actually pretty small. The snake is pretty small, but that's because I actually printed out a picture of the alchemy symbol, and I cut it out and taped it here. The only thing I have to do now is kind of color in the back, so I will do that later, but I'm gonna use Sharpie because it's just a printout, and I tried to paint. I tried to paint here, and you can't see it properly, but it's not like really good paint. It's because since I use like clear tape for this, it's kind of not good to bring outside. So I need like a good plastic bag for that, because if I bring it outside, it will just like wave and then pieces will fall off. It's like, yeah. So that's the difficult part, is transferring this, because today I sort of used like a small bag, and I thought, okay, it perfectly fits the cross, and then went to school, and then I did all of this, and then went home, and it was so awkward because there was wind, and then I had to hold this outside of the bag, and it was really cold, so my hands got pretty cold. So I layered it. Originally, I layered it. I'll explain the foam on the bottom layer. I wanted to paint, I cut like holes with an X-Acto knife between each plate except for the bottom one first. That was what I originally was planning. And then I painted some colors that had to do with like alchemy and Edward Elric. Like, for example, he's the Full Metal Alchemist, so his arm and his leg is metal. So this is why this is silver. This is blue color to match the transmutation circle. Sorry, it's hard to see because they're already stacked. Here's a gold one and I mixed all the colors. I mixed gold, blue, and green to get gold, blue, and silver together. And because when silver and yellow go together, when blue and yellow go together, it creates green, so it became a metallic green color. And then my teacher, so originally my dad told me to like, that's how I should do it, and just stick it through. I was like, okay, simple. And then my teacher was looking at it, and he's like, this is not stable enough, so he literally grabbed my art project, and he was really helpful, but I did not expect him to do this, and he cut like, we have random pieces of foam, so he cut a piece of foam and he just like hollowed it out as well, like the same shape, and he told me to like glue it on and everything, so that way, because styrofoam plates aren't really like, they're not stable in this type of way where it's like you can see like it's kind of squishy, it's not really dense. So he wanted something dense to be on the bottom. I'm thinking of that maybe I'll paint it gold just to play around with that one time, because I Show Alchemy deals with gold, but they only show that once and he uses it as a trick to trick bad guys, so I'm just gonna use that play on things, so that way maybe it's like more because the teacher, and like we have like a student teacher from York University who like teaches as well, and they don't really know anime much, so maybe I can play on some of the what you would call realistic anime, no, realistic alchemy, like, because you guys don't know what alchemy is. It's just people believe that you can make elements turn into gold, but then back in the day we finally figured out that gold is an element itself, so you can't do that. So yeah, basically, if I'm not sure if people created it, but if they did, then they made fake gold. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys how I was doing. I'm just gonna hang the origami pieces of like his face on different sections. I still don't know what to do with the crown and the wings from the symbol, because I attached them here first and then it was really windy and they became all like curved, so I took them off and flattened them a bit. So yeah, so that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.